Am I visible? Am I audible? Can you hear me? Can you see me? I've moved on to the laptop, but the laptop is also not exactly behaving itself. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Am I live? Okay, let's test this and see. Can you hear me? Can you see, hear me? Okay, I think I am visible. Am I live? Yeah. Test this and see. All right. I was busy on a very powerful video that I think every single one of you should hear. And as I was busy delivering that masterclass, a kind person comes on and tells me that I was shooting blanks and that you could not hear. Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm so annoyed, but okay. It happens. We start again and we go. This is what I'll say to you. This is probably one of the most sincere videos that I have ever made and will ever make. Well, I can't speak of the future, but at the moment, this is going to be one of the most sincere videos that I have ever made. I'm about to explain a strategy to you in its entirety. This is something that you normally get after a full masterclass with a guru. And yeah, that will cost you a few $100s to be able to get. That reminds me, so a lot of you, when you come and you see this, you have some choices to make. You can subscribe to the page and be one of the people who subscribe and help me to channel build. You can also, those of you who know how to send mobile money, you can send me mobile money where I'm sitting so I can enjoy your money, because I am about to work. I'm about to do work for you. I'm about to teach. And yes, usually when you go to class, the principle of reciprocity says that you pay and you are taught, you take the information for your benefit. But I will leave that decision at your discretion. Okay. Today, I want to go very deep and I want to explain something to you. Yeah. Troy, you may or may not have made progress in life. And a lot of you misdiagnose what causes that. Today, I'm going to help you accurately diagnose. And also, once you accurately diagnose, you might be in with a treatment plan. I'm going to share my treatment plan with you. And I'm inviting you to start thinking about your own treatment plan because, Anthea, how are you doing? The biggest thing that has cost a lot of us the progress that we dream of is invisibility. Invisibility kills dreams. Invisibility kills everything, really. Sister Mariam, you and I have to speak. Hey, now I can speak on WhatsApp, so let's try that today, okay? Invisibility kills everything. Ask all the women who are divorced, and they will tell you that the one thing that led to that divorce is because they became invisible in their marriages. They are there. Nana, is that you? They are there, but the partners don't see them. Their children don't recognize them. They are serving everybody, but nobody recognizes them. They are invisible, and it makes you miserable. It does. Ask the men who have also divorced their wives. They stopped caring. They stopped noticing because she became invisible. If you are with an invisible spouse, you will start wondering. You will start doing all sorts of strange things because, well, a person who is present is not invisible. If a person is invisible, they have not been present or they've been made not present. Invisibility kills everything. Invisibility is why at work, your career is not progressing. You are very skilled, you are very technical, you are very tactical, you are very capable, you are all these labels. But when it comes to promotion, you are always overlooked. Sister Jennifer, they are looking for somebody who can represent the company. You will never come to anybody's mind. You will never get promoted. When they are thinking of somebody who is able to stand in at the last minute, if you don't come to decision maker's mind, you Invisibility kills everything, Sister Hannah. And I'm about to explain. I've told you how invisibility ruins marriages. We have now brought it into work. Why is nobody calling you? Because you are invisible. Why is nobody promoting you? You are invisible. Not in the way that counts. Not in the way that counts. And I was explaining this from a story that I want to reshare. Well, none of you heard it because the sound was not on, so let me tell you. A few years ago, I went with Tola to the billion follower summit in Dubai. When you go for that summit, a lot of the content creators who are there do know that the big name content creators are all contracted and they're going to be there. And a lot of these people have come. There's a particular guy who had come with some weird gadgets and he was everywhere in everybody's face. He's jumping from this, tag my card, let me tag your card. Haha. People were looking at this person and not taking them seriously. Yeah. Being invisible and being noticed are not the same. Being visible and being noticed are also not the same. Being invisible is the worst thing you can be. But it is beyond just visibility. You need to add some factors to that so that you are not just visible, you are noticeable. And that is something to do with attraction. So that day I said to Tola, we are not going to play this game. My brother, come and sit here with me. And we found our place and we sat. And as we refused to go dancing about like most of these other new content creators were doing, it's a power game. The people who are influential come and they see these nobodies sitting in the corner, nobodies who are not jumping to do anything, and they notice you. They notice you. So people would come to us to tap our cards, and it's like, what the hell is going on here? We have moved ourselves from where we should be visible, but we are still noticeable. I'm like, yeah, there are games with attraction. There are many laws of attraction that we need to learn and we need to bring to the play in our lives. But yeah, being invisible is the worst kind. But to move from being visible to the places a lot of us also dream of is beyond ordinary sight. You have to move from being visible, from being invisible, not just to become visible, but to be noticeable in your visibility. To be take seriousable. People should take you seriously. Yeah. And the word that I'm about to drop is a big one on this journey. Somebody type it for me. Let's do the keywords. The worst one you don't ever want to be is invisible. Somebody type it for me, please. You do not want to be invisible. The next stage from invisible is visible, but that doesn't even change the dynamics much. Being visible is better than being invisible, but it's right next to it. It doesn't always bring you any differences in outcome. The next one from being visible is to be noticeable, to be noticed. And being noticeable and being visible are not the same. Hey, Sister Kosia, you guys need to send me Momo, you know. All of you need to be sending me momos. I don't have stars, but on this video, I am doing a lot of work. I'm doing a lot of work on some fundamental shifts. And yes, I need to be eating all your momos. Sister Yaredua, how you doing? Okay, let's go. You need to be noticed. Nobody's typing it. Please type it for me, so that those who come to watch it later can see your comments and they can track what I have been saying. Sister Jennifer Mantiao, God bless you. Stage number 1, which is the place nobody wants to be, is to be invisible. Invisibility is what kills your dreams. Invisibility is what ruins your marriage. Invisibility is what ruins your friendship. Invisibility is why nobody in your family takes you seriously. Invisibility is that you are part of the furniture in the places where you exist. It is awful. It is the killer of your dreams. It is the reason why a lot of us are poor and we are stuck and we can't move. We are invisible. The next stage is to be visible. Thank you, Sister Jennifer. Sister Mary, I'm glad you are here. When you are visible, it is better than not being invisible, but it doesn't mean that people are going to do much else with you. They see you, and then what? The next thing better is for you to be noticed. They see you and they take notice. They see you and they recognize you. They see you and they know there's something about you that they should take seriously. They notice you. So that next time somebody says, oh, I'm looking for a speaker, Amma Manson may come to their mind. Oh, I'm looking for somebody on Facebook to follow. Oh, Amma Manson. They have noticed you. They've taken notice. They've seen what you can do. They are aware. Yeah. I went to the $1 Billion Summit. There were so many people in the $1 Billion Summit doing this, doing that, jumping from here, jumping from there. They were barely visible. Nobody noticed them. There's this guy who had these gadgets. He was like Inspector Gadget with all these things around him. Eventually, he fell down. People had to go and pick him up. When they picked him up, they dusted him. They felt sorry for him and they just shooed him. And when he walked off, people rolled their eyes. They're like, ah, what a nuisance. No, you do not want that kind of noticing. You don't. You don't want to be visible that way. You want people to notice you and to take you seriously. So that's where we are up to. I am about to drop the big one for you. You are happy to be listening. I am delighted you are here. The one thing, where do I even start? How do I tell you this? How do I tell you this? Who wants to know the next thing? You need to be noticed. That is the start. They need to notice you. You need to be relevant. You need to be relevant. You certainly do. I'm about to tell you some things about relevance, and I'm going to give you a big word, and then I'm going to tell you some stories around this big word and the journey I have been on with this big word. Yeah? I want to have a look so I can share something with you that would be beneficial to you. I had some things noted down so I can share that with you. So bear with me. Let me have a look. I want to share with you exactly a sequence. You are happy to be here. No, this is actually one of the best videos that I have made ever in terms of making you understand a lot of things. I expect some really fundamental shifts for you as a result of this video. I hope that when we finish, a lot of you will go and sit down and let these things brew in your head. And hopefully as you brew, you will allow the changes to settle and then you will get to work. I'm not telling you this because I want you to listen and then clap and then go. I want to tell you something that you would be able to work on. You want to know. Okay, who else wants to know? The big word. Invisibility kills dreams. What doesn't kill dreams? What resurrects dead dreams? What elevates you from where you are and makes you visible, noticeable, undeniable? There are people who hate you, but sometimes they cannot help but to know that you are the best at a game. I've heard that so many times. You irritate me. You really get on my nerves, but there's nobody better than you at this game. How does a person come to you and tell you they hate you, but they need you? How does a person hate you and need you? A lot of people confuse it to think that people have to like you in order to... People can actually detest you. But they will come to this conclusion. Yeah, invisibility kills dreams. What doesn't kill dreams? What helps you to resurrect your dreams? What helps you to find opportunities and for things to work? Who's ready? The word is authority. How to build authority. Let's actually unpick authority. Yeah? Let's unpick the components of authority. I want to do a little bit. I'm a teacher, so it comes to me sometimes to do this with you. Who knows the components of authority? What are the components of authority? Yeah? Who knows? What are the components of authority? So I've told you, you don't want to be invisible. You want to operate in authority. Okay, what is this authority? Visibility is one of the first components of authority. Proof is the next component of authority. You have to be visible, and that visibility needs to offer some proof. Credibility is another word that you can unpick from authority. People who have authority, they are credible. They have proof that they can do things. They have a track record. Hi, Victor. Hi, bro. I'm glad to see you here. Let me know privately that you are doing well. I hope you are safe and secure. As for me, I have run to come and stay here in Accra for now. Yeah. Credibility is important in authority. Competence is another one. Did you remember what I said to you? I dislike you, but you are the best for this job. You get on my nerves, but I can't do without you. That is competence. Skill and competence established beyond reasonable doubt that even your haters have to come to you. Yeah. Authority has many, many components. Consistency is another one. Consistency is another component of this authority. You have to have results. Results. Your results are the ones that will speak for you. It will give people proof of what you can do. It can demonstrate your skill, your competence. Yes, it will give you confidence to do things, and it will establish confidence with other people around you. See, authority is one word, but let's sequence this for you. Yeah. Visibility. So from when you are invisible and you are moving from visibility all the way to authority. These are some of the words. These are some of the stations that you want to visit to get there. Visibility is the first one. Credibility is the next one. Competence is the next one. Consistency comes after competence. Because you see, you can be consistently poor. And if you are consistently poor, you are getting nowhere. You must get the results after you do the consistency. So let's sequence them again. Visibility, credibility, competence, consistency, results. And when you sequence this thing, you arrive at the next station, authority. Authority isn't one thing. Authority has 5 bricks. I told you that this is one of the most important videos I'm going to make, because after you watch this video, you will understand me so much better. You will see what I have been doing on these social media streets the last nearly a decade. A lot of the things that I do that seem random will suddenly not seem random to you. I want to explain that framework for you. I want to be the architect of the success formula that you will take forward after this. In order to do that, I want to explain to you the blueprint that I have been using. And then when we finish, I want to put the same blueprint available to you, and then we get going. Yeah, I don't want you to be hitting your head blindly and following without knowing. I am about to give you the full framework for free. I want you to understand the problem you have, be it in your business, be it in your personal life, be it in your career. It is invisibility that is the main killer. I like it. VCCR. Wonderful. Yep. You must learn visibility, credibility, competence, consistency, results. VCCR. And you need VCCR to take you from invisibility to get to authority. Authority has 5 bricks. Those 5 bricks are what Hannah has kindly written for you in a lovely acronym that I hadn't even come up with. VCCR. VCCCR. There are 3 C's. VCCCR. Visibility, credibility, competence, consistency, result. And if you go through this journey, you will hit authority. Why is authority important, you ask? Did anybody ask that question? Why is authority important? Please explain. Well, please let me know if you are interested in knowing the answer to that question. Why is authority important? Do you know? Do you want to hazard a guess? If you want to give me a guess, I would happily wait and see. If you already know, there's no need for me to teach you. We can move on. VCCCR, so V3CRs. Yep. What is authority's benefit? Why do we need authority? Authority is leverage. Authority is the catapult that takes you from ground zero to the top. It does. Authority is what will make you suddenly command rooms. When you walk into rooms as a nobody, you have to work. You greet everybody. You are on the floor rolling. You are laughing unnecessarily. You are stupidly entertaining people and people still disregard you and they ignore you. Has that happened to you before? And when you finally step into rooms as authoritative you, which is what I am doing currently in my life, and I'm about to explain. When you walk into spaces in authority, you don't have to work. Sometimes you actually walk into the spaces like I do without exertion. I walk into the spaces now and I sit and I let people do whatever. Initially, people will ignore you. Initially, people will disregard you the same way that they used to do when you were invisible. Right now, it is funny because I know that it's inevitable. Very soon, somebody will say something. Somebody will recognize you. Somebody will do something that will help everybody establish your authority. And so you sit somewhere quietly until somebody says, "Hey, Doc, Doc, good morning." And then people are like, Doc? Or, "Oh, that's Amma Manson, you know, search for her on Facebook. Amma Manson at Amma Manson 1 Facebook," and you see people frantically searching on Facebook. And this happens to me in social gatherings. You go to a place where they are looking for influencers or they are looking for people who have mobility or people who have attention. I go there, I don't look like a person who might have some attention, or somebody says, no, her platform is big, you know. Yeah, search for her at Amma Manson 1, and I will pretend not to even notice what's happening. Her name is Amma Manson, look for it, and the person will go on Facebook. The person will search for it. It happens even with my students. A lot of my students have turned up on my TikTok. I have 6,000 people on my TikTok. It is a small account. But you see, for a lot of people who haven't gone mainstream, those people see 6,000 on TikTok and it's a big deal. My kids are like, "Miss, you are famous." And I laugh. "Oh my God, you are so famous." And I laugh. Yeah. Authority does not need you to do too much. When you get to authority, you move into spaces with audacity. Victor has just hit it. It gives you the audacity to go into desired spaces, to command desired spaces, to do things on your terms. I want to do this, I don't want to do this. When you are not at authority, you don't get to choose. People choose for you. They determine for you. Authority gives you leverage. Somebody write it for me. I hope you have your notebooks and you are busy writing. Authority gives you leverage. Authority is what catapults you from invisibility to actually living your best life, operating, opportunities beginning to come to you, following the law of attraction. You become attractive when you have authority. You do. You are very, very attractive when you have authority. Let me give you the 3 attributes. Well, Invisibility is a trap. It traps you in mediocrity. It traps you in poverty. It traps you in obscurity. Invisibility is horrific. It puts you in a place you do not want to keep your animals. When you are at that place, you beg for scraps. Your income is capped. Your potential is capped. Your capacity is limited. You can't do many things. You know how to do things, but nobody really wants to take you seriously. Nobody gives you a chance. You are screaming, me, I can do it. You are screaming. Have you seen how we were in school? Miss. But you might as well be, you are invisible. The miss never sees you. The miss moves on to the person right next to you who is trying not to speak. And the miss finds that person and you screaming, bouncing, you don't get your chance. That is invisibility. Yeah. When you are invisible, you will beg for scraps. You will be invisible in rooms. Your income and your potential will be capped. Invisibility is a trap. There are so many things where there's an economic reality that comes with being invisible. As I said, if nobody sees you, nobody offers you nothing. People are offering people with visibility, oh, come to my event, and they pay them to attend an event. Let me send you my products so you can use them. They send the products for free, and these people use them so they can post it. Let me take you to this place. Let me introduce you to such a person. Come, let me connect you to such a person. If people are not having these conversations with you, my dear, you are probably still at the invisible stage. You most definitely haven't hit authority yet. In the last 2 weeks, 6 weeks, make it even 6 months, Miriam Kumsin, how many people have come to you with an opportunity they want you to consider? Or is it you chasing people? Whichever one applies, true, will help you know where you are at. Has anybody offered you any freebies? Has anybody reached out to you wanting to collaborate? No? Has anybody invited you to be the guest of honor in their program? Has anybody asked you to do any of these wonderful things that these other people seem to be enjoying? Okay. Right, you guys, hold on, eh? This man is a funny one. His dad used to do the same thing. He's doing the same thing. They are the ones who know when I'm hot. Me, myself, I don't know when I feel hot. Somebody else has to let me know that I feel hot. So if you didn't hear him, he came to tell me I'm hot. Ladies and gentlemen of Facebook, it turns out Ahamazen is hot. Me, I'm a village girl. I like sitting with my fan. The fan was not even doing much of a job, but I was still sat here. Thank you so much. The knower of my poor heat regulation just turned up to tell me I'm hot and to come and turn the AC on for me. Anyway, Angela, how you doing? I'm telling you about the economic traps, the social traps, and I'm asking you these questions so you can see where in the spectrum you fit. Depending on where you fit in the spectrum, we are going to take different actions. Some of your actions will be radical. So nearly a decade ago, I had the displeasure of having this conversation I'm having with you for free in a paid session with a coach. This coach was a premium one. This person had taken some significant amount of dollars to sit with me, to do what I'm doing for free with you today. And the person helped me to understand. At that time, I was invisible in every domain of my life. I don't think even my children saw much of what I was busy doing. My husband would deny it, but if you ask him, he probably will tell you that I wasn't exactly the most visible. Certainly, I wasn't visible at work. Most definitely not visible at work. I was very skilled, very competent, very capable. But when promotions came up, my name didn't come up by default. When beta classes are given, my name did not come up by default. I discovered that I was invisible. And so I needed to start building authority. And so let me share my strategies with you. Who wants to guess what I did in order to build my authority? I think some of you have known me well enough. Today, I am going to help you connect the dots in my strategy. A lot of you have seen my strategy, but I have never come out this way to come put it out here for you, for all of you to understand that it was a coherent strategy. For me, the last 10 years have been a very coherent strategy, and the key word in that coherent strategy was authority building. Can you guys guess some of the things that were in my authority build? Anybody wants to guess? What are the things that I did in order to build authority? To allow me to command spaces. To let me have services put available to me. I was joking on a Facebook Live and I told you when I arrived at the airport, I didn't pay for it. There is a friend of ours who turned up to the airport and he gave us this wonderful service of having our luggage collected and carted through. And so there was me walking 300 meters behind my husband and those guys talking to my friends, chilling. My luggage was making its way lovingly into the car. That morning on the flight, because I did not know, the flight was not guaranteed. So we could not tell anybody. We didn't know whether we could fly or not. We did not want to tell anybody, to lead anybody on, only for us to tell them last minute we couldn't fly. I did not want to put people through that emotional roller coaster, so I did not. Midway up the flight, I did onboard Wi-Fi, and then I contacted a friend of mine and I told her, girl, I have just taken off. I am on my way to Accra. She says, I am picking you up. I'm telling you this story because I want you to understand. There are times in your life, even with the same people in your life, where this offer will not come. Nanabna, it's been a long time. How are you, my sister? You know a lot of people with cars, but they will not come to pick you up in spaces because you haven't built authority yet. Nobody will meet you at the airport and they will not give you a service where they collect your suitcases for you because you have not developed authority yet. Nobody invites you to be the guest of honor in their event because in order for you to be the guest of honor, you've got to command some authority. You do. People will not invite you to be keynote speakers at events unless you command some authority. People will not act in difference to you until you have authority, until your authority is very well established. I sat with the same coach recently, and the same coach tells me, girl, you've done it. And I'm like, oh, I still have. And she's like, stop. You have hit the threshold. Yes, you are right. There are so many other things you can do. But the basic threshold for authority and for you to relax and to start presiding over what you have, when you read my book, the memoir, it would make a lot of sense to a lot of you, even more than this. That book has not been published. By the way, can you guys see the link that I have on the page? That is today's book. It's on Amazon. That is a fictitious spin-off of my reality. I need all your help, if you can, to get the book, to help me get onto Amazon #1. Amma, why do you want Amazon #1? It is the same conversation I'm having with you. If somebody has Amazon bestseller attached to their name, that is proof that the person can write, that the person can get people to buy their books. That takes you through the whole VCCCR. Amazon bestseller is R, it is results. You cannot write a book within 24 hours to make the number of sales required to become the number one in that category if you do not have visibility, if you do not have some credibility, if you do not have some competence, if you do not have some consistency, if you certainly cannot produce results. That will not happen. So I am asking you today, as viewers of my page, in demonstrating exactly what I'm preaching to you. A lot of you have listened to me for years, so you know that I'm credible. You know that I'm capable. You know that I'm consistent. You know that whatever amount of money you spend buying a book from me guarantees you a good read. A lot of you know that. I've been here for so many years. I have exhibited myself to that point where some of you will kindly buy that book. And if you are kind enough to buy that book, you will gift me the results. That will put the ching ching and establish some authority for me as an author. Authority, author. These words and the connections between them sometimes are lost on us. We will work on those. I am asking you today, I am leveraging my audience, which I have built for nearly 9 years. I have had a lot of service to you. I have demonstrated myself a lot for you so that many of you do know, you already do know what I can do. Yeah. Wingy. So a lot of you know that I'm credible. I'm asking you to take me from credible and competence to give me the results, because I know that as an Amazon bestseller, I will have a title that gives me a new label which demonstrates my results, so that when my next book comes out, more strangers who see, and that's part of the strategy of releasing the fictitious book first before the memoir. I keep telling you, a lot of things I do seem haphazard to a lot of you. Nothing is haphazard in my life. It is very calculated. I want to use this fiction one to help me establish some authority, so that when my memoir comes up, it would be one that strangers would see and feel is credible enough. I have established myself enough for them to read. I want my memoir to outperform this one, but I want this to pave the way for me. So Victor, God bless you. Victor, I need you to go buy the book for me, okay? Buy the book. You will enjoy the read. It's a good read. And it's one that those of you with young children, young adults, you have nieces and nephews, buy it for them. Let them read, because it's an identity manual. It is framed in a romance context because I did not want it to be too heavy. But it's not a romance. It is an identity manual. It's an emancipation book. That's what it is. Anyway, I want you to read that. I want you to understand me and to value my writing, so that when the memoir is out within the next week, the selling of the memoir is a whole lot easier than the selling of this one. Why? Because I want to use this to add results. I want to get to Amazon #1. I want that title as a best-selling author. And when that happens, I want to then to help me on my next project. I am demonstrating everything I'm teaching you today, because everything I'm teaching you today is principles that I've been living by for a long, long time. So when I first had my consultation with the coach and I discovered that I was invisible, and I learned of the VCCCR. Yeah, VCCR. Why do I always miss one? VCCCR. Yeah. I started a journey, and I want to tell you exactly what happened on the journey. And when I tell you on the journey, maybe a lot of it will make sense. No, I was not just building a brand. There's a lot of you who were treating what I was building as a brand. And so at some point, you were all frustrated with me not monetizing some things and selecting some things. I play a long game, me. I don't play short games. I play very long games. I want to get to the destination and I want to enjoy the destination, so I will happily go through and I will tick every box. So for example, in education, I managed to get every possible qualification that I could get in order to get to the doctorate degree. I did not skip one. And so now when you look at my track record as an educator, it is rock solid pedigree. People would say something, oh, do you have a PGCE? I have 3. And people are like, what? Yeah, I have 3. Oh, and then after the PGCE, I did the postgraduate diploma. Many people don't do that one. Many people go straight from postgraduate certificate, they go straight to master's. No, I did not. I did the multiple certificates and then I did the postgraduate diploma. I have had time. I have paid my dues. And when I finished the postgraduate diploma, I did the master's, Master of Arts Education. I did an MA Education. And people are like, oh, you did an MA? Oh, yes, I did. No, I did not stop there. After I finished the MA, I did an EdD, Doctor of Education. You see, as a teacher with a postgraduate certificate, if you go into a room, people know that you are qualified and certified. It used to be a trick of mine before I left England. When I was going for interviews, I will have all 3 certificates in my portfolio. I will arrive, and before the interview starts, I'll say to people, oh, hi, good morning, thank you for having me. Before we get started, I want to put something on the table. And people are like, what do you want to put on the table? I do want to put on the table the fact that I am certified in all the 3 sciences. I'm a triple specialist teacher. I can teach all 3 to A level. I give you freedoms and liberties in timetabling. And by the way, next to it, you will see my portfolio of results. So I'm not a mediocre triple specialist. I am a top-notch triple specialist. I just wanted to say that. Yes, may we please proceed. By doing that small introduction, that allowed me to take control of the room. That was me establishing authority. Showing you what I had done, showing you the results of the things I had done, establish some authority before we get on to the interviews. And once I did that, you could see that people recalibrated very quickly. They were yeah. I have done that with my career, but I did not want to leave anything unchecked, because I do know that everything you leave unchecked is an arsenal in your detractors' advantage. You give ammunition to your detractors. So I take them off. Boom, 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 boom. So at the moment, I walk into spaces as Dr. Me. And walking into spaces as Dr. Me, oh, it's gorgeous. It is sexy. You don't even need to dress well. You don't need to speak well. You don't need to do much. In conversation, the minute that lands, again, you see people recalibrate. You do have the EdD? Yes, I do. Oh, when is it from? From 2024. Oh, wow. So, yeah. George, yeah. That is establishing authority in one way. And it took me a long time to work on it, to tick that box, to get that. Before we got to that, I also knew that I needed to make some choices and some changes. We had moved from England and we had come to this place. And we were here, I was working. Yeah, the money here was better than England, but I still realized that I was bottom of the peg. And one of the things that I needed to do was to establish businesses and to learn how to run businesses, and then to grow businesses so that I can move myself from just income to wealth creation. So I got started on that program. Soon after I realized that I needed to go on the business thing, the social media thing came. This social media thing is not haphazard. Talking to you guys daily for the last 8.5 years was not haphazard. Talking to you daily is my way of letting you know how my brain works, to let you understand who I am and how I position. for you to know that I can speak, for you to know I am smart, for you to know I am wise, for you to know I'm tactical. And every video I have made in this 8.5 years has been towards establishing that. I'm not here to play. I think those of you who've been here more than a minute know that about me. Well, do you need a reminder of what VCCR is? Those of you who were here from the beginning, please remind those who, teach those who just arrived. We are taking ourselves from invisibility to become authoritative, and we are going through various checkpoints. So please do us the kindness of reminding them. You start from visibility, then you get to credibility. Social media was one of the main tools I used to establish credibility with a lot of you. You've seen me for 8.5 years. All of you know that I'm not a thief. If I sell something, I deliver. If I offer something, I follow through. You know that. Am I competent? I think you see that very, very clearly in my engagements here. It used to be some time ago that when I started my branding business, I would start from Photoshop. I would design things from the beginning. Then I would cast it right there and then wear the t-shirts. Yeah, that was me demonstrating competence. This video is me demonstrating competence as an orator. I am a very skilled orator. I am a skilled motivator. I speak life into situations with a lot of people. How will people know that I do that? By coming onto live feeds like this. I'm showing you my competence. And 8.5 years of it on this platform alone is incredible consistency. I am here every single day. Come rain, come shine. And because I have done it consistently, 290 something, it actually crossed 300, and then Facebook started detracting. But even that 293,000 people I have right now says that is result. That is result. That shows that I am able to engage and interact with you. That is results. Yeah, positive vibe. Dubai. I'm not in Dubai. Oh. I'm sitting in Accra. And I never live in Dubai anyway. I live in Abu Dhabi. But right now, I'm chilling in Accra. Results. My Facebook page is results. People search for me and you do a search and you see what I do, results. And no, I did not just do results from Facebook. When I started doing the Facebook in 2020, I went and joined a speaking program. They charged me $5,000 to go and do the speakers training. $5,000. I paid it in 6 installments, $886 a month. The network is bad. What can we do? I can't do much about the network. I bought the data. I'm trying my best. What can we do? Jefferson. I joined a speaker training program 2020, November 2020. I did that program for 6 months. And towards the end of that program, they gave you a coach. Well, I worked with a few coaches. So I went into a session with one of the coaches and I said to the coach, look, I want to speak on stage. And the person says, you will not get gigs. I'm like, I know. I came for this training because I was hoping that you guys and your program will help me get gigs. He says, you won't. You are not at enough authority for people to pay to let you speak. I'm like, oh, authority. He says, yes. You do need, I've not left my house, but inside my house is absolutely fine today. Positive vibe. Yeah. You will need to go and get some results. That's what he was saying to me. Facebook is good. Everybody will see you. They can see your consistency. You will build credibility. But Facebook and its results does not register and resonate with serious people. I'm like, why not? Serious people do not think social media is serious enough. And I'm like, oh, So what do the serious speakers do? And the person says, serious speakers, they come with certification from Toastmasters. He started listing. This person is a Toastmaster. That person came from Toastmasters. This person, me, I'm a Toastmaster. I'm like, eh? You, my coach, you are a Toastmaster. My coach says, yes, I'm a Toastmaster. I actually got through my club, and then I went to the area, and I'm like, oh, what is club? What is area? He explained it to me, and he says, annually, every year, Toastmasters have a competition cycle where people in a club put themselves against each other and they compete. And you get a participation certificate even if you do not win. Go to Toastmasters. This is about the right time of the year. Go to Toastmasters, join Toastmasters. When they offer you the opportunity to compete, take it. And if you get the participation certificate, that is at least an internationally recognized certificate that we can put on your website and you can build some credibility for you. I'm like, okay, I went to Toastmasters December 2021. I joined Toastmasters. And when I joined Toastmasters, fortunately, like he calculated, it was never an accident. There were 2 meetings before their club contest. And as soon as somebody says, hey, we have our club contest, I'm like, hey, what's a club contest? They told me about it. I'm like, can I register? They said, yes, you can register your name for 3 of the categories. I'm like, oh, okay, let's go for all 3. So I did. And I won all 3 of those categories. I won them. I came back to my coach with 3 certificates that were not just, Victor, you are? I am president of Khalifa City. I did not know. Come, that's why you and I vibe. Yeah, I'm current president of Khalifa City Toastmasters Club. Come, I am looking for more clubs for me and my club members to collaborate with. So bold leaders, yeah, you are not in our district, but we definitely can interact. I had no idea. Wow. Yeah. Some of you are listening to what I'm saying, and I hope it helps you to understand some of the things that people pay to be told in the strategic move from invisibility to establish authority. I'm telling you my story, and I'm trying to tell you all of it and not edit anything. Anyway, I did not even come to Toastmasters to tell you I wanted to be president. That was not what we came here for. At the moment, I'm actually moving from just being a Toastmaster. I want within the next year to move myself from a Toastmaster to become a distinguished Toastmaster. I do want a DTM title because a DTM is a more elevated title than a president and a Toastmaster. I'm sharing sincerity with you, and hopefully it helps some of you to carve out your own strategies. Anyway, that night, I walked off with 3 participation certificates and 3 winner certificates and 3 trophies. I had overachieved. I took it to my coach. My coach says, blimey, you are talented. And I'm like, huh? You did not know I was talented in all the time we have been working together? He says, no, there was no results. There was no evidence. I saw potential, but nobody has time to see potential. Today, you have brought me results. Today, you have established that you are a good speaker, one that is worth further investment. Yeah. I had to bring the trophies for him to take me seriously. You know what he said to me that day? You have just bypassed me. I got a participation certificate and I got a winner certificate, and I went to the area contest. I did not progress. But you have got 3 categories. You have won them. It is likely that you will progress in the next one. I laughed. We left it. A few weeks later, it was area contest. I went to area and I came back with 3 more trophies. I had gone through to the next stage in all 3 categories. And that year, I went through division. I went through 2 categories in division. And then I went to the district Toastmasters annual conference, DTAC, District 105. The humorous, I got a trophy. I got to semi-final DTAC for humorous, but I I actually won the table topics contest that year. And when I finished and I won the table topics contest, I brought it and he told me, I can no longer coach you. You have bypassed what I have been able to do. You have gone further than I ever did. You have just outshone your master. And as a good master, I need to tell you to move on. So he advised me to move on. He suggested a few people and I went out. Eventually, I actually exited the whole program because we both established that I had already overachieved the program and it was time for me to go further. Because of that, I became a mentor with Toastmasters because I wanted to get the mentorship credentials and to also build skill and competence. People started inviting me to come to things. When I speak, people just love. And it wasn't just on Facebook that some of you loved me speaking. There were people who actually understood the science and art of speaking. And these people, distinguished Toastmasters and all these people, were inviting me to events, to be MCs of events, to curate content for events, to be a speaker, to be a trainer, to be a this, to be a that. Yeah. Facebook alone could not get me there. I needed credibility. I needed consistency and I needed results. Facebook alone could not do that. And that's why I went, hello, Sister Kate. That's why I went to Toastmasters. And then I saw the leadership opportunities. Being club president was not part of the thing for me. I was actually looking at mentorship and a few things. And I was just going to say that I'm a Toastmasters mentor. And then somebody said, oh, you'll be wonderful as the vice president of education because you are an educator, you're a teacher, you naturally do this. I'm like, yeah. So I applied for VPE. I was voted in. Then the following year, I was thinking I will wrap up the VPE and then move on to something else. And the person says, no, naturally, the president is the next one. I'm like, what? Huh? So yeah, I already have trophies from Toastmasters International that fills my trophy cabinet. I have certificates that I cannot list from Toastmasters. I have so many things that help me to say that I am wonderful at speaking. And at the moment, I think a year and a half ago, I got signed into a US Speakers Bureau. At first, nobody from the Speakers Bureau will sign you on. They will not sign you. The Speakers Bureau signed me, but I was still not getting enough gigs. And I went back in consultation and a person says to me, look, you have a journal. People will not look at your journal and take it seriously. You need to write a book. You need to write a memoir. At the time, I was thinking, heck, memoir. That sounds like a big job. The memoir is about to come out in a week. And in the build-up to the memoir, Angela, I owe you a call. You and I need to speak. In the build-up to the memoir, I have written this book, which you can see on your screen. Can you guys see the screen? If you can't see the link on your screen, do let me know. Let me put it back. Can you click on that thing and please go and buy this book for me? Can you help me get to Amazon bestseller status today? I really do want to be an Amazon bestseller because that will give me results. Results. Wonderful. Anyway, Amazon bestseller, very important, very worthy. Do it for me, please. Good evening, Ade. Ade, go and get your bank card, my sister, and come buy this book for me, please. I need to get to Amazon bestseller. Why do I need to get to Amazon bestseller? Because the coach I was working with told me that I need to get to Amazon bestseller for some people to take me more seriously as a speaker. If you can write books and you can get people to buy the books, enough for Amazon to say that you are a bestseller in a category, then you are a significant person and your book must be of some interest. Your book must be of some use. Your book must be of some value. Do you guys see that that is establishment of credibility? And that is also proof, result. And that is the final stage you need to establish yourself with some authority as a speaker. So what you are seeing me do this week is putting in the final bricks into the long-winded journey from 2018 when I opened my Facebook page. 6th of September 2018. I started on the 14th of April 2018 on my personal feed. Then I went and did other people's pages, and eventually I opened my own page. On the 6th of September 2018, I have been speaking, went and did the training. Then I did the coaching. Then I did Toastmasters. Now, after almost how many years? 9 years, right? 9 years almost. I am finally putting the final bricks in the authority building for myself as a speaker. And already, I have conversations with people. I have invitations from people to come to events. But those events bookings are going to take a significant turn when my books establish themselves, when the books do well, when significant people find my books and they read and they decide to contact me, to ask me, especially I hope around my memoir, to find out about my life and how colorful it has been and how dogged my determination has been to move from point A to point B. Does it all make sense? Yeah. I wanted to share this with you. One, I want you to know VCCCR. I want you to know that the problem you have in your own life and the reason why people are not inviting you to places is because you don't have any authority. And I also wanted to show you some of the steps that you can take to build authority from ground zero. I have just done it. I was an insignificant teacher. I was a nobody. Who would have invited me in those days to come and speak? Where for what? Under what auspices? Nobody would have invited me. But I was just as skilled in communicating. I was just as skilled. I was just as interesting. I was just as diverse. I was just all these things that a lot of you tell me I am right now. I was those things already. The problem was I was invisible. I was not noticeable. I was ignorable. I was not memorable. I was meh. And so people treated me as meh. Are you there? Well, a lot of us were there. And some of us were blessed to be given blueprints to get ourselves. And we have been laborers on this journey. Mine, I have just described to you, is spanning a decade. But remember, the decade before then, I was in the classroom learning my craft, getting the qualifications and the things that I was going to use to build my career and to give me the grounding for the rest of it. Yeah. Going from invisible, competent invisible, to getting where I am right now is about a decade. But there were much more steps before which has got us here. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you the timelines because I think it's important. A lot of you will come to this and think within 6 months you will suddenly, my friend, it's not a 6-month journey. It's not. It's a long game. But are you willing to play the long game? If you are willing to play the long game, what is happening to me at the moment will happen to you too. You'll be sitting there minding your business and a person says, I want to invite you to. I would like to speak to you. I would like you to come and speak to. We would like to book you to. Can you tell me your terms of engagement? Can you see? Akosia Awume is one of those people who will bear me witness because she was one of the first viewers on my page. And she was one of the first viewers of my page who actually did meet me in the early stages. And she would tell you how exhausted I was that night when she came to see me. I had just flown in. And I was about to go to university the following day. I was going to go and sit and learn because I wanted to move into spaces as Dr. Me. I did not want to be a master's. Master's does not even have a title. I could not. No, I needed to come into spaces. Now people would say, oh, hi, this is Dr. Amfubrobe. Yeah. When you walk into spaces as Dr. Amfubrobe, it's amazing. Oh, the Dutch Caribbean, St. Eustatius. Rogine, this is the first time I am hearing of St. Eustatius. You are certainly an ambassador on this platform. Tell us about the Dutch Caribbean. Ooh, yeah. Please tell us, educate me, because this is the first time I am hearing. You are very welcome to the fraternity. I hope what I do here comes across quite easily, but if you have any questions, please ask. Maxine, how many of you are skilled and obscure? Skilled and ignorable? Skilled and bypassable? Skilled and left at the bottom of the feeding system? You are people's doormats, and you don't understand why you cannot progress, why nobody is you have no authority. You are invisible. From invisible, you need to move yourself to visible. And you go through the stages until you have results to show people. And when you have results that are undeniable, results that people cannot contend with, eventually they will say things to you like people say to me, I dislike you. I find you incredibly annoying. But frustratingly, you are the best woman for the job, so I am going to tolerate you. I'm like, okay. Okay. I don't need you to like me. I just need you to know that what I bring to the table is conclusive enough, so that as much as you find me annoying, you will still come to me. Visibility, credibility, competence, consistency, results leads you to authority. Authority. And authority is where you want to be. It's a game changer. It really is. Akosia says, you've watched and met me. You've learned a lot. You've seen the hard work. And Akosia, you will bear me witness that there has been a lot of progress made, isn't it? There's a lot of progress made. The fact that today I write my book and some of you are willing to go buy the book. Insane. Insane. No, it's not an accident. It is the 9 years almost that I have spent speaking to you on these platforms, which makes some of you think that I have a book that I wrote that I did not promote. Again, to write and not promote was a strategy that was explained to me. And the person says, you will aggressively promote on your third book. I'm like, yeah, Rogine. I'm telling you 100%, as I said, this is probably one of the most important videos that I've made on this platform, because I have taken my time to map out my entire blueprint. And I haven't just hypothetically told you what I was doing. I have tried to give you the actual checkpoints. And I hope that I have managed to successfully help you understand some of the things that I did. And I hope that when you situate the story around the framework, you understand which ones were the things that I was doing to be visible early. The things that I am now demonstrating at authority. When you read my books, I still write at the back of the book that I am Amamansin, which I am. Amamansin is my middle name and my father's name. But I am also Dr. Mamet Amfubrobe, and it is still clearly declared on the back of my books, because I know that title carries a weight. It carries its weight in gold in terms of authority. When somebody reads a book written by some random Amamansin, when somebody sees a book that is written by an Amamansin who is a doctor of education, the game changes. When a person reads that an Amamansin who is a doctor of education, who is an award-winning speaker, author, Toastmaster, the game changes even more. All those things have been done intentionally to establish authority, so that this foolish woman here is now able to move into spaces. I expect that I will start doing a lot of podcasts. I'll do a lot of podcast appearances. I will start doing television appearances. I will start doing a media tour as part of the promotion work that will happen around my book. And the book needed to happen so that all of you, people will say to me, oh, you are so articulate. I'm like, cool. I am literate. I'm not just an orator. I am actually a literate person. I write very well too. I don't just speak well. I always say to people, in order for you to speak well, You've got to be well read. And if you're a good speaker, you tend to be a good writer. And from my book, when you guys read my book, you will understand my literary capacity, but also you will appreciate the thinking, the thought processes that happen. You will find that one of the things that is very tight in my books is chronological fidelity. It is very important to me. When I read books which are not, which does not show chronological fidelity, it irritates me. So no, I would not write a book which does not. And yeah, factual compliance is something that's also very important to me. You will see that a lot of the books I will be writing will come from a genre. It comes from a very specific intention. I want you guys to recognize that I am an emancipation campaigner. I am an identity campaigner. And you will see all those things in all the things I do. Somebody got my book this morning and the person says, your writing style is incredibly similar to Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. And I'm like, yep. You will find that it will also have some parallels with Maya Angelou because I've read them. You will find that as a romance book, it's very similar to some of the very old Barbara Cartland books because I read them. I have read Ngui wa Thiong'o. I have read almost every good writer. Every significant writer. My dad had a whole book list for me. And then when he was done, I went off and read all the crap there is to read. At the moment, I am reading werewolf stupid romances. Yeah. And when I said I had written a romance, somebody I went to secondary school with sent me a message. No surprises there. You've read enough of them to be able to write some. Rogine, you know what I mean? Person in my little corner. It's very easy for people to ignore you in that state. But if you don't want to be ignored, but you still want to have some of these simple choices that I do, the choices that I've made to elevate beyond reasonable doubt in places make a lot of sense. I do not need to put makeup on for people to know that I'm a significant person now. I don't need to make a lot of noise for people to know that I have something significant to say. I have done enough work and I'm finally sitting at an authoritative position in my life across various domains, and I am so excited. So I need all of you, and one final thing that I cannot do for myself. Sister Mary, have you bought the book? If you haven't bought the book, may I please ask you to buy the book? If you can't find the link to the book on the screen of this video, can you let me know so I can put it in the chats? I have just put a book out. It is called Love Served in Accra. Love Brewed in Accra, Served in Venice. And as I say, my book is well written. Let me read something from the book for you. Which chapter do I even want to read from? Let's see. Where do I want to read from? So the book contains 16 chapters. 16. It's a big book. 135 pages or something like that. Big book. Yeah, it's not a small book. It starts with how I got here. Chapter 1 is called Coming Home. Chapter 2, The Man with Green Eyes. Chapter 3, The Real Ghana. Again, my intentions are very clear. Always fully declared. My book was going to be situated in Ghana. So Rogine will have to do some work around your country. I am giving you the springboard. And I talk to a lot of my Caribbean friends, a lot of my black friends from the diaspora, and I keep telling you, the people who will help you deal with your identity deficits are those of us who are off the continent, because we do know the stories that you don't know. We do know the truths that the colonizer has tried really hard to keep from you. I want to share some of those things, and I'm doing a lot of that work here. Coming to Ghana. Ojira. Ojira is a festival here in the Akan system. You got your copy this morning. Nikwe Kuma, God bless you. Nikwe Kuma, have you started reading? If you have started reading, please feel free to share some of it with those who haven't. It's a good read. I know I am the author, but I also know as a reader what a good book is. I'm going to read some sections for you. I'm going to tell you some things that hopefully help you to enjoy my book. It is a book that I'm very proud of myself for because it's written in English, but it has a lot of phrases in Chi because I am doing identity work in my language. But I've also done a lot of work in Italian. I don't speak a word of Italian, but I have enough resources to be able to. Yes. Oh, Rogine, follow the page, please. And come back regularly whenever you can. Yeah? Beautiful. Mwah. It's been lovely to see you. Verlin. Yeah. Chapter 3 is The Real Ghana. I want you to read it, especially those of you who are from the Caribbean, those of you who are Black Americans, or even those of you who are Africans, but you are raising children away from the motherland. You should read it and let your children read it. The Real Ghana. I'm telling a story there. I'm intentionally telling a story there. So it's a romance novel, but it's not. It really isn't. Chapter 4 is Ojira. I've intentionally done Ojira because it is a local festival that a lot of you have never heard of, and you should all see it because there's a lot of things in there that you should see. Chisom, how you doing? But you could also be Custon. I know a Chisom, but not necessarily, yeah. Uma Diallo, Sava. The last evening is chapter 5. The stretch begins is chapter 6. Everyone is watching, chapter 7. Auntie Akos gets the call, chapter 8. Sheikh Al-Latifa comes to Accra, chapter 9. I have very clear intentions with this book. Venice Loading, chapter 10. A Stone's Throw, chapter 11. Adoro Venetia, chapter 12. Yeah, Adoro Venetia is one I thought about for a long time, but yeah, Adoro Venetia is chapter 12. Amma, why are you speaking Italian? When I was a girl, I read a book, and the protagonist was Italian, and he used to do these things to the girl he was in love with. He called her Cara Mia, my love, and she called him Caro Mio, my love, the male, yeah. That is something that I used to play with as a child. Yeah? Those of you who know me well will know these expressions. They are in the book for sure. Tesoro. When a person calls their love tesoro, oh, I'm in love. I should have been in love. I should have been Italian, really, don't you think? Yeah, I should have been Italian. I need to send my husband to become Italian so he can speak Italian nonsense to me. I love Italian nonsense. It's so romantic. So you Adoro Venetia, the live. Tesoro Caro is chapter 14. Well, there's a clue there. Tesoro Caro, I've explained the connection to Tesoro and Caro, but there you go. Chapter 15, Una Principessa Innamorata. Amma, what is all this Italian? I can't speak Italian now in the age of AI. Una Principessa Innamorata. Listen to how sexy that is. Ah, una principessa innamorata. I know so many Italians who will be doing that. Doreen and Linda, how are you? Jefferson, yeah. Please go and get my book. Help me to get to the best-selling author status. Please, I will be very grateful. And the last chapter is Far Yet Near. Read it. But I'm going to read a small section for you. Where should I start from? No, I will not do the prologue. I think I will read chapter 1, Coming Home. I will read chapter 1, Coming Home for you. And then when I finish, please do go and buy the book and help me get the numbers I need to hit the bestseller category, because I do want that title as part of my authority establishment. Let me read chapter 1 to you. Chapter 1, Coming Home. Kotoka International Airport is air-conditioned and efficient and smells like every other airport in the world. Do you hear my intention? I want the audience to understand this is not a Bushiatic Africa. This is modern Africa. And so in the first chapter, my first establishment is that statement. Kotoka International Airport is air conditioned, efficient, and smells like every other airport in the world. I've always found this faintly amusing. Ghana is on the other side of those doors in all her heat and color and noise, and the airport stands there in between, thoroughly neutral, giving nothing away. Inside, I was having a personal dispute with the luggage carousel. One bag, it arrived last, behind the luggage of every other passenger on a flight from London, including a man who had checked in with what appeared to be an entire kitchen. It is one bag, Yao said, singular. You checked in late. I checked in on time, Yao. The recommended time and the actual time are not the same time. He appeared beside me. The arguments filed away. Mom sent a driver? We answered together. She's coming herself. My mom does not send drivers when she can make an appearance. I love arriving at Kotoka. They are getting a chapter. Not the whole chapter, actually. A paragraph or so. Producer one says you people go buy the story and buy it. Yeah, my producer says enough reading now. Yeah, it's a good book. I say so. What you have heard should convince you. Go read it and come tell me your favorite parts. Yeah? Jefferson. So can you guys see the link to buy the book? If you can see the link to buy the book, please do go and buy the book. Money. And I also hope that this video you listen to has helped you to understand my game, and that you are also ready to launch your own game. I am recruiting new mentees into my mastermind program. I am working with some of you to write your own books, because a lot of you do need that as part of your authority build. Those of you who are interested in working with me, some of you were asking, would I coach you to get your books on Amazon? Of course. Would I coach you to write? Yes. I'm going to host writing programs and writing clinics. I think there are so many powerful stories hidden in a lot of your heads and your hearts, and I want to help you bring those characters to life. So when I advertised this morning, I told you that the character had left my head and it was now alive and living in books. Yeah, I want you to do the same. If you are interested in working with me on the mastermind, if you are interested in becoming a mentee of mine, if you want me to coach you and to help you, to guide you, then do send me an inbox and tell me exactly what you are interested in. Are you interested in coaching? Are you interested in mentorship? Are you interested in writing a book and you want me to walk you through? Do you want me to help you get a manuscript you already have onto Amazon? There are so many things to do. It's frustrating when you attempt to do it yourself. It can be time consuming because of it. I might be able to help you bypass a lot of the things that could get in your way, and I can get you to outcomes a lot quicker, a lot more efficiently, certainly more pain-free. So if you want to work with me, especially those of you who fancy yourself being speakers, who have no books to help you, come and let's work on it. You might not even want to be a speaker, but you might have stories to tell. Come, let me help you. You might be a nationalist. Diva girl, it's been a long time. It's good to see you. Yeah, you might just be a nationalist who wants to push your nationalist agenda. I am all those things. I am fully declared. I do not lie about what I am and who I am. I've already told you this book is supposed to be a romance. It's not. The romance is just the excuse to do a lot of the identity work that I do want to do. So grab yourself a copy, start reading. If you get yourself a copy, can you read it, please, and give me a review on Amazon to help me get my author profile up. I do need to build that profile in the next week, and then I will launch the memoir, the big one, the one that lets you know everything that matters about me. When you get to know me and you know any opportunities that you and I could collaborate on, any places where you should invite me to come, then we'll get on with that program. Yeah? It's been lovely talking to you. I hope that you have found some benefit from these interactions the way I have. I'm going to go and talk to people on my other platforms. If you speak Tree, join me on my personal profile because I'm about to go have conversations on there as well. Yeah. Mwah. Anita, God bless you. You have been such a faithful sister. I cannot thank you enough. I am so grateful. Berlin, I'll see you guys on here tomorrow.